All right, this Smile-A-Thon, this international Smile-A-Thon is really taking off. We have all these people from around the world, and we have a local person here in Washington, D.C. who's had a major impact in my life. Her name is Gayela Bynum, and she has We Will Survive Cancer as her philanthropic 501c, making lots of people endure a time that's not exactly fun or pretty and having the support they need. So, Gayla, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ken, and thank you for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to speak with you.
Well, you have had such an impact in the DC area, and I call impact equal to abundance and smiles. So you bring a lot of smiles to people that might not necessarily have anyone really rooting for them, except maybe family members. So you also have a very big heart for the children at Children's Hospital.
Yes, I'm working on that right now, hoping that we're looking for a date right before Christmas, and I would like to include Kenny as one of our authors for all the books. He's 12 years old and done 14 books, which is fantastic. I'm so proud of him.
And you've done a couple yourself, so we've had you on the Off-On before,
Right.
and the Children's Hospital we might have later this year. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm
That's the
working
goal.
right now with
Okay.
the liaison.
So, what do you think it's a coincidence that the International Smile-A-Thon is celebrated the same month as your birthday? I mean, isn't that kind of interesting?
Well, I smile a lot. I laugh a lot. So that would be wonderful. I'd like to accept that.
Well, I would love to have you share with the audience why smiles are so important, how you bring smiles to the world, and talk about your philanthropy and your cause.
Well, We Will Survive Cancer is an organization that tries to support families, cancer patients, and their families. We're not looking for a cure because large organizations that have a lot of money, that's what they do. But what I learned is that families basically don't have a lot of support. So for the past 17 years, we've been working with Life with Cancer, Howard University Cancer Center, Virginia Oncology, St. Agnes in Baltimore, and other organizations around the country. And we do have an intern in Ohio, our little ambassador, who's gone through her own battle of cancer this past year. But she's done remarkable things. And we all know that hope is three-fourths of the cure for a cancer patient. So a smile goes with that. The
It sure
smile
does.
a smile from the caretaker, from the patient, whatever, because they have such a battle.
Well, we have a great acronym for hope and a great one for smiles. You want to hear it?
Yes, absolutely.
Hope. Hold on, pain ends.
Oh, nice.
And then smiles, of course, seeing miracles in life every second. I mean, come on.
I love it. And I agree with that. I mean, I've gotten when I find myself in trouble sometimes with some things that I've done that are really stupid, I end up trying to laugh about them and learn the lesson because it's too easy to get enthralled in beating yourself up with something. So smiles are very important. I
Yeah,
learned that from my
and
mother.
it's an unexplained dose of chemicals that your body needs to recover and get well again. And
Right.
the doctors deem it more as a miracle, but really, I think it's God's medicine.
Absolutely. I agree with you. It's very important.
Actually, the studying I did during the pandemic that led me to a dissertation was the dose, the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins that feed you versus the toxins that would otherwise or blocking those beautiful chemicals from doing their job. Because if you do have cancer or you're not well, you could be very depressed, and that's actually feeding the
Absolutely.
cortisol and all the things that don't help you. So,
Well,
I,
now, I was just going to say, I learned a lot about that from my daughter-in-law when she was diagnosed with cancer. Instead of feeling really sorry for herself, she put herself in raising over $125,000 for cancer in
hmm,
Texas. And, I really didn't know too much about cancer before that. No one in my family, immediate family, had ever suffered from it. So it was interesting watching how she handled her whole diagnosis.
And equally interesting that it became a purpose in your life.
Didn't expect that.
No, and by the way, when I was taking care of my mom and nursing her with my dad for Alzheimer's, nowhere did I expect that one, I would lose her that early age, or two, that it would rivet me and make me wonder, what am I doing with my life that's really making a difference? So
Yeah.
it's the weird gifts we get when people are passing, that it wakes us up that life is precious.
Yeah, well, I really had nothing to do with this myself. I always say it's a God thing. Same thing with me being in Washington, D.C. I had nothing to do with it. And what you have to do, I think, in life is follow those little perks that you get, that come through wherever they come through, but come to your head. And, it's a fork in life. You make the one turn or you make the other, and hopefully it's the right one.
Yeah. Well, you're a humble lady, and I'm gonna brag on you for a second, okay?
Um,
Every time I give you a compliment, you kind of shirk away from it. So I'm gonna say this for the audience to hear, and you can accept it or not. So, my life has changed because of all the philanthropy work you do, and it caused me to want to play bigger in the world. And I think you've caused a lot of other people to do so as well. I think the three benefits that you don't know how much of a ripple effect you've had is that you brought together a very socialite community together to do good. You brought a community of people that don't necessarily have a social life to have one, and create a purpose to connect with it. And then most importantly, we get to do the things like wrap the presents and deliver them, and see the appreciation. And when someone believes in you, it is quite the shift in how you feel
yeah.
about life.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice. I mean, and you've been there from, I don't even know, more than 10 years.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm pushing 15, I think, with you at this point.
Yeah, I think so because we're going into our 17th year, and it seems like I've known you since the beginning. So
Yeah, I think I had only missed the first couple, and I found out about what you were doing. And what's interesting is I volunteered for all kinds of philanthropies, but with yours, I saw it was such a continuation of having people have fun, celebrate, and then making money to do good. And I thought that was a really smart way of doing it. So you do really classy events, and anytime We Will Survive Cancer is doing an event, you can pretty much know the who's who are going to be there. So you get to meet them, and you get to rub elbows, and you get to network and actually have your life improve that way. And then the other thing is, that the ticket sales are doing something good for people that are in need. And I actually want to speak to that for a second. Um, when you say that you're not finding a cure for cancer, you're finding an indirect cure for cancer. It's called happiness. And the other
mm,
thing is, when you got bills you got to pay, and you can't make the bills happen because there's just too much of a stretcher in the pocketbook because you're dealing with all kinds of other stuff. You help people with their heating, you help people with their presence, you help people with support. Anything else you want to share about that?
yes, and one of our big efforts is at Christmas time, which is not only Christmas but the holidays that people celebrate. And one of the things that we found is that there's so much money that goes toward the cure and trying, to the treatment and everything, that there's very little that's left for the family at Christmas.
Yeah.
So what we try to do is go to these different organizations where the people have already been vetted,
Mm-hmm.
and find out what kind of gifts they would like. We've done all kinds of gifting, but in money's tight right now. And so we've really kind of had to limit it to the basics, and people don't ask for, in the beginning they asked for TVs and iPads and apples and whatever. And in some instances, we were able to do that, but right now we're basically with the basics and asking for donations. If people actually even donate toys or coats
Mm-hmm.
or something, if they don't have money, just some kind of supplies that is so needed.
Yeah. Well, we're doing the author-thon, the gift, where we're having your books and Kenny's books being shown off for the holidays, but I know that some of the people are actually donating their books to Children's Hospital too.
Oh, that's wonderful. Really wonderful.
Now, is it true that in the past, you also help with Thanksgiving with turkeys, or was that
We
true?
have done that.
Yeah,
Yes.
thought so.
Yeah. When in my professional job,
Hmm.
when I was at HUD all those years ago, I managed to get 500 turkeys donated by a couple of different unions to the housing, for a couple of different years. So that was, yeah, I believe that you have to give back, and you have to encourage people that don't know they need to get back. That it's part of life. You just
It
have to,
is.
I don't care if you have any money or not. You've got, like you said in your book, you have a voice.
Mm.
You can use your voice and your time. You can go sit with somebody and try to make them smile and go over and above what's going on in their life.
Well, every single human has one of these three things, and some of the lucky ones have all three: time, talent, treasure.
Yeah.
So if you have a talent and you're an entertainer or something, these people love the fact that you would spend time with them and entertain and make them
Yeah.
laugh. And then
You
time,
know,
of course, is just wrapping presents. And then treasure is, hey, let me pitch in and make a difference. But you're right, on the scale of life, if you have a lot of money and you're not giving back, you're forgetting that you got a lot of money because you were blessed
right.
in some way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
I was just thinking about the poor. You said 500 turkeys, and I just thinking about the poor 501st turkey. It was like, pick me. I want to go and help somebody.
Yeah, that was a very, very special time to be able to do that. That was something I didn't know I could do, but I got it done.
Well, I switched my shirt in the Smile-A-Thon just for you, Gayla. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
first of all, it's a little bit of a cold day, so I'm not too upset that I got a nice long warm sleeve on. But I want to show you this because this is something that is symbolic to what you're talking about.
Oh,
This is
wow.
this is called Ticket to Greatness, and these are
Uh-huh.
all people around here that caused mass amount of smiles, and I wish they were around to talk about how they did it.
Oh,
So
wow.
I don't know if
Well,
you can see them all, but it's Martin Luther King, Bono from U2, Lincoln, uh,
wow.
Gates. But I made this shirt to inspire me when I wear it that these people were just humans, and they
Right.
made a massive difference. Mother Teresa's aren't here,
Oh, wonderful.
Gandhi, Disney. I mean, it's just all these cool people. And I just picked them because they were the crazy ones to think they could change the world, and they did. So,
Well, it goes back to your book that I told you I'm reading right
yeah,
now. The to international marketing. I don't have the right word for it, but one step at a time, one person at a time can make such a difference in the world.
right. And when you do that, it ripples because people can't help but say thank you and pay it forward if they really got what you did for them.
And that's what you have to do. You have to pay it forward. You can't go back and yeah, people ask me all the time, what can I do for you? Nothing. I just want you to pay it forward to somebody else. Everyone needs a smile. Everyone needs help. They need your time. They need whatever you can offer.
Oh, and thank you for doing the pay it forward model with the Smile-A-Thon. International Smile-A-Thon started with just an idea, and then two people, then it was 40, then it was 80, and then it went over 100, and we have 130 people speaking about smiles. And I think at most I invited 30 or 40. So that was a pay it forward of all those people saying, I know someone who brings smiles to the world. Isn't that cool?
That's great. And it's around the world,
It is. It is.
not just here in the United States. It's around
Well,
the world. And that's exciting.
if you're in the DC area, I encourage you to connect with We Will Survive Cancer. Why don't you share how people can connect with you, Kayla?
Our website is www.wewillsurvivecancer.org. It's all spelled out. And yeah, you can connect with me through my email, which is gailabynum@mac.com. Um, and I
And
got
you have the events for people to contribute,
right.
participate, right?
And I'm on Facebook, Gayla Bynum, and We Will Survive Cancer, and Don't Waste My Cancer are the websites.
And the Don't Waste My Cancer are the 2-volume books that are on
Right,
Amazon as well.
right.
Get yourself a copy.
They, that title was actually coined by my daughter-in-law, but
Mm,
for when she was spokesperson for Komen in Austin, because she'd raised so much money, she coined two phrases: "Don't waste my cancer" and "Eat life with a big spoon."
that's
And
great.
I told her that, any ad agency would charge millions to come up with those slogans. She was
Right.
very smart.
Well, she has made a very big difference. So glad you're making a tribute to her. And thank you for all the smiles you bring to DC and beyond.
Thank you. Thank you for your time as always.
You got it.
And you
All
have
right.
inspired me. You inspired me to write the books, and I'm still trying to do one for my 80th birthday.
Well, that's going to come out when it's supposed to. It might be Christmas. I know you were busy with all these other events, but folks, you'll do yourself a favor if you check out our website, buy the book for someone who needs it, and most importantly, see how you can contribute more.
Thank you.
Thank you.